So much fun.
Way more fun than just sitting in a classroom.
Amazing.
And heavenly.
Beyond what I could have imagined.
Inspiring.
Exciting.
The most incredible experience of my entire life.
Very eye-opening.
Crazy, but a good crazy.
Been perfect.
This has been the most incredible experience of my life.
Once in a lifetime.
Incredibly eye-opening, and it showed me so many different cultures.
Incredibly impactful in my life.
It's a hands-on approach. They get to actually see what they're dealing with in the real world, in real time, rather than learning about it in the textbook.
I remember thinking when I was young in college that I want something a little bit more than just being on a campus and being in a 300-person lecture hall. I didn't feel like I was actually learning very much. I definitely wasn't engaging in the real world in a meaningful way. And I think that for me, I thought, we can do this better, we can do it better.
After graduating high school, I was tired of the grind of going into classrooms, sitting there, getting a lecture, going home, doing homework. I wanted to travel and see the world, and I wanted a different opportunity where I could still get college credits while traveling and seeing a different part of the world.
I was sick of reading about things in a textbook and in my class and learning about them, but never actually seeing the effects they had on the people who I was reading about.
I was not ready to go sit in a big lecture hall and just listen to a person talk for hours on end.
The education could be done a little bit differently. It could be done by traveling, getting to know people around the world a little bit differently, and getting outside the classroom.
Yeah, we were really thrilled to be one of the first partners with Verto Education. We see it as an amazing opportunity for students to truly have a global education and an incredibly contextualized environment. At High Point, we're the premier life skills university, and we can think of a few life skills more important than compassion, empathy, global competence, and Verto does that in a nutshell.
To provide the opportunity for students to spend a full semester becoming global citizens, developing independence and motivation and understanding of the world and different cultures, and then being able to come to Worcester is something we are just incredibly excited to provide this opportunity.
When I learned that I could travel as well as get credits, I was super excited. I was beside myself, and then I looked into the programs and I found that there was one that almost directly matched my interests, which is marine biology and environmental science.
I got done with high school and I could not imagine spending another day in a classroom.
My classroom is anything but a four-walled classroom. Our classrooms have ranged from taking a short walk to a field to being on a deck in the morning with that beautiful morning light in Fiji to being in someone's home.
Everything that we're doing in our classes almost directly relates to the field work we've been doing or the experiences we've been having outside. A lot of the time I think in a classroom, in a traditional classroom, it's really hard to relate what you're doing, especially if you don't get the opportunity to actually see that in play. So the fact that we're able to see a cultural dance or something that directly relates to a culture and then talk about it in class, it helps us put those things together and actually look at why it's so important.
Students not only are able to actually get university credits and be in an immersive classroom, the main benefit for students is being able to experience everything in their classes as they're completely immersed in it.
It's one thing to just read about global businesses around the world and international development in a book, but it's another thing to come visit villages like these and see how they're actually doing things hands-on and get to experience and participate in it ourselves.
It's new, it's different, it provides a curriculum outside of what I'm used to, and it kind of got me more interested in learning.
Really interesting to me. I've been able to make new friends, make new connections, and just meet people with different insight on how the world works and kind of put it into my own philosophy.
To integrate into these cultures and see how everything is completely different than what we're used to at home. A lot of people that haven't traveled don't really understand that other parts of the world aren't exactly the same as where they live. And I think this is an amazing experience to do that as well as earn credits for college.
I feel like when you're put in situations like these, it makes you extremely uncomfortable, but I think that's where you find yourself growing. It's given me a better understanding of how other people live, and that you can't always try to impose your practices on other people. You have to be able to take into account both sides and be able to try to figure out a solution together rather than blocking someone out of their own solution.
Like, help you understand how fortunate you are, and gives you a completely different way to look at things, just to be grateful for what you have. To be able to see places like Missouri where people are happier than I am and more content without all these stimulations and extras that we see in our American material culture. Kind of learning from that, and to know if you're ever having trouble with happiness or you're lost, you can always know what values to kind of strive after, look for.
Did I notice changes in my daughter when she came back? Yes, my little girl had grown up intellectually, emotionally. She really had grown tremendously. The level of understanding, the type of conversation we were able to have, her confidence, her ability to speak to certain issues in an informed and educated and confident manner. These were really, really exciting for me as a parent to see. That's what we want. That's what we hope for our kids. Grow up.
Students who will come here will, after having spent that first semester abroad, will join us as second semester first-year students with a full load of credits that will transfer seamlessly, meeting general education requirements.
Students no longer get behind. They're able to matriculate in the spring or the following year with the semester or years worth of credits earned while on their global experience with Verto. It's a win-win for everyone. Students are able to have the experience they want. They're able to travel the world. They're able to develop those life skills that we think are so important while earning college credits, while beginning their college experience, and then being able to graduate with their same cohort that they would have had they gone directly onto a four-year college experience.
Anya did some research online, and she introduced the program to us. She found it, and that really, in a way, helped the situation, because she felt empowered. She felt that she had really, made it her own, and was very excited. And then when she called to ask questions, the Verto people were so good. They spent time with her. She was a little bit scared. She was nervous. She wasn't sure what she wanted to do. And they just walked her through every step. They just tried to help her figure out what's best for her and for her life and for her future and for her, education. And so that was really tremendous.
Students may apply to partner colleges through Verto on the Verto website. It's one application that then is sent to the partner colleges. The partner colleges review, and both Verto and the colleges will send an admission decision very quickly, usually within 2 to 3 weeks.
When you're in the world, when you're working, the value that you bring to an organization is not in how much you've memorized. After all, you can Google it. You can look up everything on your phone at this point. What you bring to a company is your ability to communicate, your ability to work in teams, your ability to lead, your ability to have a growth mindset, to know that no matter what comes in front of you, it's an opportunity to get better.
By students having this experience, they have this incredible opportunity to become more independent travelers, more critical thinkers, and more empathetic global citizens, all while simultaneously gaining college credit, which is pretty amazing.
I know, I'm so glad I came on this trip. It's amazing.
Every day I wake up and I'm so grateful and so thankful that I was able to come on this trip and that I'm here with the people that I am and that I'm in these places. Like, I'm so incredibly grateful.